Have you ever wanted to make what you're saying more, vivid, more impactful? Like you want to actually paint a picture with your words? Well, today, we're going to unlock two of the most powerful tools you can use to do exactly that. I mean, think about it. We've all said something like this, right? Is a kid's room literally a disaster zone? Like, was there an earthquake in there? No, of course not. But when you say that, bam, it instantly creates this super powerful and, let's be honest, probably very relatable picture in your head. And that right there, that's a perfect example of something called figurative language. You can think of it as the secret sauce that just makes our descriptions pop. It takes something ordinary and makes it memorable, makes it engaging. It's all about painting those pictures in your mind. Now, two of the big players in the world of figurative language are similes and metaphors. They both do the same basic job. They compare things, but they do it in slightly different ways, and each one has its own little secret code. So, let's crack 'em. Okay, first up, we've got the simile. So a simile makes a comparison by saying something is similar to something else. The key word here, you guessed it, is similar. It's not saying it is the thing, it's just suggesting they have something in common. So how do you spot one of these in the wild? It's actually super easy. Similes almost always use two little clue words, like or as. Seriously, if you see one of those words in a comparison, you've pretty much found a simile. It's that simple. For example, he stood out like a sore thumb. You see it, right? That word like is our big flashing sign. We're not saying the guy is a sore thumb. That would be weird. We're just saying he's obvious in a way that's similar to how a sore thumb stands out. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the metaphor. Now, a metaphor, it's more direct. It's bolder. It doesn't just say something is like another thing. Nope. It straight up declares that it is that other thing. It's a much stronger, more assertive kind of comparison. And you know what? Just like similes, metaphors have their own clue words. You're often looking for forms of the verb to be. Words like is, was, are, or were. These little words are what create that direct connection. Check out this example. The mind is an ocean. See? It doesn't say the mind is like an ocean. It makes this big, bold claim that it is an ocean. That implies it's vast, it's deep, it's full of mysteries. That one tiny word, is, makes all the difference in the world. All right, so let's put these two side by side and just break it all down. A simile suggests something is similar, and it uses like or as. A metaphor, on the other hand, just goes for it and states that something is something else, using words like is or was. You can think of it this way. One is a gentle nudge. The other is a bold statement. And you know what? Both are incredibly effective ways to make a point. Okay, so you've got the theory down. Now it's time to put it into practice. Let's play a little game and see if you can spot the difference out in the wild. All right, let's do the first one together just as a warm-up. Here's the sentence. This room is as cold as ice. Okay, so what's our clue? It's that phrase, as cold as. That little word as is our giveaway. It's connecting the coldness of the room to the coldness of ice. So, the verdict? That's a simile. See? Easy, right? Okay, now you're up. My dad is a night owl. Take a second here. What kind of comparison is this? Look for those clue words we talked about. Did you guess metaphor? If you did, you are absolutely right. The sentence uses the word is to make a direct comparison. It's saying his dad is a night owl, meaning he stays up late. There's no like or as anywhere in there. All right, let's keep this train rolling. How about this classic one? I slept like a log last night. What do you think? Simile or metaphor? Yes, you got it. That word like is the dead giveaway, isn't it? It's comparing how deeply someone slept to how still a log is. That's a perfect simile right there. Okay, last one. Final challenge. The car was a furnace in the sun. Simile or metaphor? Go on, think about those clue words. That's right, it's a metaphor. The sentence uses was to make that direct, powerful statement. It's not saying the car was like a furnace, it's saying it straight up was one. You can almost feel the heat, right? That's what makes it so vivid. So we can spot them, which is awesome, but why does this even matter? Well, because understanding these tools is the first step to actually using them. And these aren't just for poets or famous writers. They're for anyone who wants to communicate better and more effectively. Okay, let's boil this all down to the key takeaways. Super simple. Similes compare using like or as, they suggest similarity. Metaphors go a step further and state that something is something else, often using words like is or was. But the bottom line for both, they create these awesome, powerful images in our minds, and that makes our language way more descriptive and engaging. So, there you have it. You've cracked the code. You can see the difference, and you get the power behind each one. So now the only question left is, how are you going to use these tools to make your own words more powerful? How are you going to make your communication sharper, more vivid, and just more impactful?